Here's one out of the Canadian news, Globe and Mail. Canada wins key fight against bank tax. Canada has won a key fight in its high-profile international campaign against a global bank tax. So countries have to win fights just to have their sovereignty. So Canada's won a key fight in its high-profile international campaign against a global tax as G20 finance ministers Saturday approved a plan that allows countries to manage and issue as they see fit. Isn't it nice that the G20 will allow us to have our own affairs, Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, that's the thing among the Spanish citizenry here and among the shopkeepers. That's what they, above and beyond the secrecy of Bilderberg and what are they doing in our country and what's going on, they kind of sense this condescension. There they are at the Hotel Dolce up on the Ivory Tower Hill looking down upon the city. You know, the metaphor is unmistakable, and they sense that there's this you know, all kind of papering over of their sovereignty and to sort of override their local control. Even the local governor, I'm told by a pretty good source, Spain has like 8 provinces. One of them is Catalonia, where I'm at, and that governor or president of this province also was reportedly at Bilderberg. And so this is a local that should be fighting this breach of sovereignty who instead is going to the meeting.
Disgusting. We've only got about 2 minutes left with Mark Anderson of AmericanFreePress.net. Any other key intel that's come out of the meeting?
Well, a lot of things are still falling into place. As I say, they kind of turned tailed and ran rather. Excuse me. I think that we're pretty square on the Iran thing being a high priority. They keep trying to say that a country with not a single operational nuclear weapon is a nuclear threat, when other nations, Israel on up, have plenty. Then you have the economic thing, the carbon green tax that could hurt any country and its consumers. And, you know, right on down the list with their IMF as a world treasury. You know, there was the big marches, all the awareness going on. I mentioned the Barcelona.
What about arrest and people being detained? That came out in The Guardian that did happen on Friday and Saturday.
Well, from what I saw, and I got to say it was a little bit limited because I was partially in the field, partially at headquarters, if you will. I didn't see a lot of that, and I didn't hear a lot of it. I think it was relatively brief and relatively limited.
So a lot more limited than Greece, where they went hog wild last year.
Yeah, these police were pretty restrained. There is another thing. The police union, Catalonia, is registering a fairly major complaint. They issued a press release. They disagree with police being used in this manner to cover an elite group like this. This is in the actual press release of the Catalonian police union.
Hold on. This is huge news. I know you got to get packed and fly out of there, but I may have to hold you a few minutes. This is the police are finally saying, yeah, plus the whole country's going bankrupt, that we don't want to be protecting these globalists?
Well, they might not have used the word globalist, but they said the way they call it around here is Club Bilderberg. That's the common reference in Europe. And it's just sort of like we don't believe this sort of thing is the police's job with so many officers working.
I'll tell you what, Mark, stay there for just 1 minute after. We'll also plug the magazine. I want to see this.
I wish a buck was still silver. It was back when the country was...
Well, Mark Anderson's there. He says it's in the local Sitges News in Catalonia that the police have filed a complaint. Flesh that out some more, because that's big news. We need to get an article out and get that up on the Drudge Report.
Yeah, I don't know the full nature of it. It's in Spanish, but the basic thing is the police union of the Catalonian region, one of 7 or 8 regions that comprise Spain, just said pretty straightforward, maybe nothing, you know, earth-shattering, that they just don't think that this is a judicious use of police resources to guard this, you know, upper-scale group meeting at a hotel.
Yeah, why don't they hire their own security for the hotel, and then they call the police if you trespass?
You know, that would make sense now, wouldn't it? They kind of usurp the town, they block streets, they make it difficult for the average Joe and Josephine to go have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I finally did this morning, nice and early at 8 o'clock, to see if there was a Bilderberger passed out in the corner or something. I kind of
Did you dig through the trash? You know, that's the vital goodies.
Yeah, I opened the trash and there was Henry Kissinger. That was my, his arm sticking out or something. But no such macabre luck was upon me. But at any rate, that's what's going on with the police. The union, they're not liking it. They got out of here. The police actually relaxed their security. I was told 11 o'clock last night, local time, was when the last police security left. The plainclothes people, of course, were there closer to the hotel while the police guarded the outer perimeter. And it's just, Charlie Skelton's been out there. He set up kind of a makeshift press conference to mock the fact or make fun of the fact that the Bilderbergs did not hold a press conference despite repeated requests that they do so. They were just jabbed in the eye and with Sandburrs in their socks and a pie in their face, and they finally got out of here. One notable thing before I sign off, Alex, is that this is only the second time Bilderbergs ever met in Spain. The last time was 1989, and this is the first time in their entire history that Spanish media has done this.
Well, it's incredible. I've seen press reports of a decade ago of national censorship over any mention of Bilderberg. They're very strong in Spain because it is old world. All right, we'll fire out the number for people if they want to get a hard copy of the weekly newspaper, American Free Press. It's excellent.
It's 888-699-NEWS. That's 888-699-NEWS. You can ask for like a special Bilderberg edition from this year and past years, or ask for the 16 weeks for 1776 ongoing trial subscription, or go to AmericanFreePress.net. That's AmericanFreePress.net, and that's where we've got one or two videos linked or posted, a couple articles I've already posted, and some stuff leading up to the Bilderberg conference this year that Jim Tucker posted, and plenty more to come, hard copy and online. Right. And I thank you for having me on. And
well, I appreciate you and appreciate your courage, and certainly we got to pat each other on the back. We're having more and more success against these people, and as soon as you get back, I want to get you and Jim on together. Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson.
You have a great evening. All
right. We're going to get a quick pop-in for about 10 minutes with Charlie Skelton, then I'm going to cover some other news, take a few calls in the next segment, but we are 2 hours and 30 minutes into this transmission. I do want to remind listeners to also support this broadcast. I want to thank all of you that do buy the books and the videos and the T-shirts and the ball caps and the bumper stickers, which then supports the radio show, the website, the documentary films, all the work we do here. But more importantly, the books, the T-shirts, the bumper stickers, the films are all tailor-made to wake people up about the true nature of the planet. But it is a donation. I mean, that's how you support us when you buy Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, to really be an expert on the police state control grid, the latest info. Follow the Republic to understand the banking takeover that is life and death for our economy. You expose this information, they will fall. Camp FEMA, great documentary I consulted on and that I'm in that covers the FEMA camps. Invisible Empire that Jason Burmis directed, 18 months in the making. I produced it. The New World Order, their history, their drug dealing, their child kidnapping, their pedophile rings, globalists admitting world government. It's all there. Invisible Empire, New World Order to find on DVD. In-Game Blueprint for Global Enslavement, probably the one most important film I've made about their eugenics, their master plan, their history, who they are, what they're setting up. In-Game Blueprint for Global Enslavement, and, of course, a film about solutions, taking back our states, our state rights. Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. All available with huge discounts at Infowars.com. You can also see all my films and the other films I mentioned here at PrisonPlanet.tv. 15 cents a day. Higher quality bit rate, podcast of the radio show, my book, Paul Watson's book, and the live video feed of the radio show, PrisonPlanet.tv. I want to thank all the members out there that have made that possible. You can also call toll-free to get the books, videos, 888-253-3139. You have made it all possible, and I salute you.